here the Hi everyone. So we're going to discuss the 2020 June paper. This is the investigating large business paper. You can see the paper code is 4PS102, and usually you have other formats are similar: candidate number, sector number, and you can use the calculators. You may use the black ink pen because the reason behind this is actually normally you can the answers after that you are normally using this, just scanning the answers. Black ink we are very visible than the other colored ink. That's why the black ink used because of the scanning purposes, photocopying purposes. Another thing, which paper out of 80 marks, right? Paper time, 1.5 hours, 90 minutes. Formula sheet is given, and this is the case study. Large business, Emirates, right? Answer all questions, right? So Emirates case study. 1985, Emirates started its airline business with just 2 aircraft. It is now a well-known airline with over 265 aircraft flying to over 180 destinations around the world. So it's a big business organization. You can see they are flying 180 destinations around the world. Emirates has won many awards for the service and reliability. And until 2016, the passengers rated Emirates were leading airline. We travel with. However, in 2017, its rating dropped from first place to fourth place. Right. So question number one, right? So you can answer. You can use a chat line or you can verbally communicate. Which of the following only applies to a public limited company? I got a one answer from one student. Which of the following only apply to public limited company? Easy question. Public PLC means that the company is operating the share market. So correct answer is B. B is the correct answer. Yes. So you have correctly answered this question. Public means some people actually misunderstand. This is belongs to government. No, there's nothing like that. Public corporations, there are kind of business called public corporation. That belongs to government, but here public limited company. These are private sector business organization which operate in the stock exchange. There are every country there is stock exchange. New York Stock Exchange, Colombo Stock Exchange, Delhi, Mumbai Stock Exchange, right? Beijing Stock Exchange, like that. So every country there is a stock exchange which listed their private companies, right? So then answer is 1D. Second question, MCQ: which one of the following department would send an invoice to a supplier? Invoice sending part, this is a matter of accountant. Invoice sending part to a supplier. So which means if you want to buy something, so sending, a purchase invoice, they are giving, and the supplier has to give that the goods and items that we need. Yeah, sending a quotation. Sending an invoice to a supplier is coming under finance department. Yeah, 4 people have actually answered. Finance department, C is the correct answer. Everyone correct, right? Another easy question. Third MCQ, this shows some kind of a pie chart. You can see about the total annual revenue is 1.2 million pounds for 5 business, and their business total 5 business respective sales figures also we have given. Revenue figures 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're asking what is the market share for business 2. Market share of business 2 out of 1.2 million, business 2 has 150,000. So market share is, I calculate this question by 150,000 over 1.2 million into 100. Right? If you do that like that, the correct answer will be. So I got answer from one student so far. So you can see, should divide 150,000. That's the sales of the business, right? Divided by the total market share. That is 150,000 divided by 1.2 million into 100. That is 12.5%. A is the correct answer, right? You can use a calculator, so you can easily find this answer. 12.5%. Right? Easy question. Fourth question: which one of the following describe an overdraft facility? Overdraft. Under financial management, we discuss external source of finance, short term. Its method of borrowing regular months, no. More funds can taken out there in the account. Pretty correct. Money lent by many people, no. Loan due for 5 years. Answer is B is the correct answer. I got answer from 4 students. Very good. I think everyone gave the correct answer, all that 4 students. B is the correct answer. More funds taken out than are in the account. That's called the overdraft. Fifth one, you can see this is asking extract of their financial report between 2015 to 17. This question asking calculate the percentage change in total assets between 15, 16, 16, 17. So you have to take the difference, final minus initial, divided by initial into 100. So it's 133,281. 281 minus initial one is 129,989 divided by initial one 129,989 into 100. So you'll get the answer. The final minus initial. They're asking the percentage of the change in total assets between the 2015, 16, and 16, 17. So this is the final one, 133, and this is initial one, right? Final minus initial into 100. That's right. So to take the final one, you can see 133,281 minus 129,989. The difference coming 3,292. So that answer, if you divide by initial one, 129,989, and if you multiply by 100, the answer coming 2.53. 2.53. The D is the correct answer. Final minus initial divided by initial into 100. This is simple mathematics. You can get the answer D, 2.53 as the correct answer. And sixth MCQ, normally the last MCQ is the sixth MCQ. Which of the following would be a part of the recruiting a new employee? When you recruit a new employee, the part of the recruiting new employee. Okay, and these 3 students answers correctly. They are saying answer is the job description, right? Actually, yeah, they are answering job description. You see, yeah, it can't be a business plan because it's actually not for the recruiting employees. It's actually setting up business. Induction training we are giving after recruitment, not before recruitment. Like they're not a part of recruiting. Induction training we are giving after recruitment happens. So this, therefore, B is not a correct answer. Job description. This is the document that we are preparing. When you prepare the job advertisement, there are 2 documents actually: job description and person specification. Job description, they describe about the job, their tasks, their duties, and their responsibilities. We simply call them TDR. And the other document is not mentioned here, but the document you know is person specification for PS, which summarize their qualification, experience, skills, and attitudes of the candidate that you're expecting. So they simply we know on that those points. QESA, QESA. So and not the job enrichment. Job enrichment means that's also after recruitment to motivate people non-financially. We are giving them more responsibilities. Job enrichment is a vertical loading thing. So it's a motivational method, not a part of the recruitment. So correct answer is C, job description. Thank you. We got the correct answers. Who got the correct answers? Congratulations. Like 2 students actually gave the correct answer. This is not a hard question actually, but sometimes very tricky question because sometimes some people, when recruiting a new employee, sometimes they mistakenly select part B as induction training because they have to give that training for the new recruiters to familiarize with the business organization. But they don't know they are doing induction training after recruitment. So it is not a correct answer because of that. Okay. Let's go to definition question. Define the term social enterprise. Social enterprise is the, by the word itself, social enterprise. Social. There is the society, the social enterprise. So organizations who actually doing the business for the well-being of the society or environment or animals is known as a social enterprise, or because in non-profit making organizations with the objective of social welfare, we can define as a social enterprise. Social enterprise, right? So in a marking scheme, you can see the social enterprise definition. I'll read you. The social enterprise definition is given in the marking scheme as the business whose profits are used to benefit it and community. Business whose profits are used to benefit it and the community. That means the organization, they are using their profits to benefitation of the community. So community development, the social enterprise. Yeah, one student asking, an organization that aims to improve the human or environmental well-being, such as charity. Yeah, that's the correct answer. We can tell that answer is correct. It's a social enterprise. And they generate most of their donations to their income through donations. You can see. Yeah, you can further explain like that. Yeah, it's a yeah. But here, basic counts is also your first statement also right. The organization that aim to improve the human or environmental well-being, such as charities. That's correct answer. In the marking scheme also they mentioned a business whose profits are used to benefit its and the community. That's the correct answer. Right. So other question they're asking, define the term globalization. Globalization normally defines the simple definition is there, the growing integration of the world economies. The globalization. Yeah, my students actually they correctly answer this question. We can see the some students they asking. It's a growing integration of the world economy. It's correct. Yes, that's the definition. I'll share the marking scheme with you to see what the marking scheme says about this question. You can see the social enterprise definition is this: a business whose profits are used to benefit its community. Globalization definition, you can see the companies operating internationally across the world. Companies operating internationally across the world, or our definition is the best definition. You can see like the growing integration of the world economy. Okay, even you can use economic definitions in the business studies, but don't use the business definition in economics, right? Okay. Part D, state one reason why Emirates use competition pricing. State question always you have to use application. Application, without application you can't earn this 1 mark. It's pretty simple, but sometimes students feel it's difficult because to get this 1 mark, because if you're not writing the application. So competition pricing is normally a method of pricing that is using the similar pricing used by the competitors like other airlines. In this case, you have used some Emirates or airline related words you have used. You can see because the passengers then will be more loyal with the Emirates Airlines and they will not book other airlines because of the similar pricing like that. So you can use some kind of indication of the Emirates Airlines and airline industry when you write this answer. So the marking scheme also I'll read is mentioned that to Emirates using this airline competition pricing because it says that to attract more people, right? To attract more people or passengers to fly with Emirates and not its competitors. To fly with Emirates, that's application point. And so I'll share the marking scheme with you. Then you can get an idea. You can see to attract more people to fly with Emirates and not its competitors. You can mention companies such as Etihad Airlines, Singapore Airlines, like that. As Emirates flies to 180 destinations, as in the comprehension, the case study part, 180 destinations they already travel. Therefore, the consumers or the passengers do not find it necessary to choose other airlines. In this case, actually, they use the word called people and the consumers. I believe it's better to use the word passengers because it's a passenger airline. In airline, we don't have normally we can say further like people and consumers. We can replace it with word called passengers, passenger airlines, right? Okay, so that's the answer to the question number 1, part D, 1 mark question. Okay, here we go. Another calculation question. They show the part of the cash flow forecasting of the Emirates Airlines. Cash flow forecasting, you can see Emirates Airlines, Dubai Airline, therefore AED. So it's given in dirhams. Opening balance 44. These are dirham billions. And cash inflow 26 billion. Cash outflow 30 billion. Net cash flow is a blank and closing balance 40. Okay, you are asking to calculate the net cash flow for the June 2017. Okay, so net cash flow is a difference between cash inflow and the cash outflow. Okay, so you can see here inflow 26 billion, outflow 30 billion, which means there's a -4 figure coming, -4 billion figure coming. Very easy question. 26 minus 30. If someone write without writing the minus word, they just write the 4. So you are not get the mark. So you are getting only just like sometimes your working is correct, you can get 1 mark. But make sure to write the minus sign, because otherwise you can't get the full marks. You can see here is 26 minus 30. You can see minus 4. Award 1 mark for substituting numbers into the formula correctly. Award full mark for the correct and numerical answer here without working. If you write minus 4, then you can get the full 2 marks. We just write plus 4, it's wrong answer, but we can consider if you give the correct workings. If you show, we can give it 1 mark. Okay, let's go to the other question. After calculation, we are moving on to the 3-mark question. Explain one of the factors in Herzberg motivational theory. Right. So far, guys, in our syllabus, we have three motivation theories we normally do. First one is scientific management theory, FWS. Scientific management theory. In the scientific management theory says that normally people are motivated by money. The second theory we call the Abraham Maslow hierarchy of needs theory. In that theory, we talk about the hierarchy of needs like a pyramid. People have physiological needs, safety needs, social needs, self-esteem needs, self-actualization needs to fulfill. And then we go to the Friedrich Herzberg motivation theory. In Herzberg's theory, there are two factors mainly, motivators and hygiene factors. They're asking, I explain one of the factors in the Herzberg. So one of the factors means out of the two factors, you have to write either motivational factor or either hygiene factor. And then, so don't get confused because either those two factors, there are sub-elements are there. To talk about the motivation factor, we normally use the acronym of ARTRAG, ARTRAG, achievement, recognition, the work itself, responsibility, advancement, and growth. And also for the hygiene factors, we use the factors which actually cause the job dissatisfaction, cause CSR WS3, company policy, salary, working conditions, supervision, safety, like that. So all that method they're using in the Herzberg two-factor theory. So in this answer, we expect only one aspect. You have to write either motivator factor or the hygiene factor. But when you're explaining, you can get the use of the sub-elements also. You can use that explanation. Let's see the marking scheme. They have given both the factors description. One element is the one factor is called the hygiene factor. Workers can become demotivated. Right? Workers can become demotivated and hygiene factors such as pay are not met. You have to say that part hygiene factor. These are the factors which affect the demotivation. Sometimes, again, the example also from the hygiene factor. Sometimes pay, salary is a hygiene factor. If pay are not met, then workers become dissatisfied, demotivated. And second part, you can see someone can say is a factor, is a motivator factor is one factor of the hygiene. Herzberg factor. So under that you can see employees can gain achievement in their job, which allows them to grow and develop like that. So if you write one factor only, so don't write both factors. There's one factor, just write one factor and explain that factor with using example. Right? If you write two factors without no explanation, right, we'll get maximum of 1 mark only. If you just write two factors, factor one this, factor two this, only maximum 1 mark. So don't do that mistake in your answer. 3 mark win, you can get 3 out of 3 always. Stick to 1 point and explain that question. Okay, we are moving on to the question number 1, part G, 6 mark question. Analyze the likely benefits of Emirates of using financial information when making business decisions. Yeah, financial information, we have to give the advantage of using financial decisions. Using making decisions. There's a keyword here you can use, making decisions. What kind of decision they can take from the financial information, right? So in my previous question, actually, I told you to write one hygiene factor or motivator factor. In explanation, you can use that thing. So one of my students asking hygiene factors such as job security will not motivate the workers. It will just satisfy them like that. If you, yeah, it's correct. With job security coming under hygiene factors. So you have to provide like if hygiene, one of the factors hygiene factor. If there is no job security, people will demotivate. That's correct. Analyze the likely benefits of Emirates using financial information to make decisions. What kind of decisions they? So financial decisions are there. You can use a given reports of the cash flow statement, reports of the SOFP, income statement. There are so many factors are there. You can see these are the decisions. Comparison of finances, right, from different routes can be made from year to year. Because 2 marks for application, 3 marks, and 3 marks for analysis. Yeah, we can say the comparison of finances from different routes can be made from year to year. And Emirates can make decisions on whether routes continue like that. So you can get some idea about that. So you can compare from different routes, which route is more convenient and more profitable for them because they are earning billions of money out of that. So you can select all the profitable routes. They can travel from year to year and they can make decisions on whether routes continue or not. And second decision they can say as an airline, you can see decision can be made on whether to reduce the cost on change in certain strategies. Cost reduction change. The cost cutting decisions. And figures can also be inform Emirates what action it might need to take in coming years. So like planning things, for example, you can cash flow forecasting regarding their routes, which routes are profitable, which routes are not. Like that, you can take an idea decision regarding this thing. Okay, that's the end of the question number 1. So always when you're writing this kind of 6 mark analyzed question, make sure to write the 2 paragraphs, 2 benefits. And write 2 decisions regarding the selection of the flying routes. They are all traveling 180 routes, so then they can take a decision about regarding to go to the profitable routes. Profitable, for example, you can use some kind of for example, let's say Dubai to Australia, Dubai to London, like that. Some routes you can make, and you can say, okay, this route is sometimes we can select. It is expensive, therefore we can. Emirates can decide whether to how to reduce the cost of that route, and if they can financially, they can plan ahead. They can make some strategies to overcome this thing. Like that, you can give some explanation regarding to the airline. Always don't divert from the case study. If you go to that diverges, I mean, if you actually forget about the case study when you're writing, that means you are losing the marks at the end. So always think about the case study always in your mind, in your head when you're writing the answers. Otherwise, then you start writing generic answers. Generic answers mean 50% of the marks you are losing. Therefore, don't. This is like a tactic in writing the papers, right? Never divert from the case study. Always keep the case study in your head until you write the entire paper. Small business paper or large business paper, there are only 1 case study in each paper, so you have to memorize. Always keep in mind all that. Always keep that case study in your head. That's the end of the question of 1, the first 20 mark question. Question number 2. Question number 2, normally you can see first there are 2 states question, and then there are 3 explained questions coming. After that, there is 1 9-mark question also coming. Right. This question number 1, they're asking 2 states question. Question number 1, Emirates wants to encourage its employees to remain with the company and offer them incentive to do so. So this is an application part. They are giving some small introduction part to the case study. Extra thing. Like every question, guys, you can see now. In addition to the main case study, they are giving some small lines in every question. Sometimes in the middle of the paper, they are giving some kind of extra lines to encourage you some kind of application points. Therefore, you have to read those points as well, right? So never. Sometimes some people are there; they are just reading the question only, not this additional information. Read the additional information, then only you can get a good idea. So what here they are doing, they wanted to encourage the employees to be with the company. Therefore, what they are doing, it offer their passengers a loyalty program. But what is the connection? They are giving the loyalty program for their passengers, not for the staff. But on the other hand, they say they want to encourage the employees to remain with the business and offer them incentives to do so. So they are giving some incentive for passengers in the airline, the loyalty program. So even that means they are giving some hint for you. So they are treating the passengers as well as the employees also, which means employees also entitled for the loyalty program. So they might also get the free tickets. They also get some free discounts for the tickets for their family members. So this is important for them because then if you're working in the airline, you will get the free tickets after you and your family members free tickets to go somewhere and come. So state one non-financial method of Emirates could use to motivate its employees. Non-financial method means you can say job enrichment, job enlargement, job rotation. Hmm? Oh, like that. So state method, but application is really important. You can say like giving some kind of free tickets in the airline, like that. So you can then application is fulfilled. So let's see the marking scheme answer this question. Award 1 mark for valid non-financial method of motivation like discount on flights, discounts on car hire. So discount in part, sometimes discount on flights or free tickets or car hire. Sometimes they taxi services and everything at airport to home. Sometimes discount, sometimes free shuttle service for the members of the staff to go their houses or hotels. They are because when you go to other countries, definitely the entire crew members they are providing that facility. These are the non-financial method of motivation for the staff members, right? Right. So part B asking state one reason why Emirates has a loyalty program for its passengers. This is to remain the market share, to keep the market share. You can see passengers they want to use some kind of loyalty program. A lot of airlines they are promoting their passengers like free air miles for loyalty customers. Sometimes they are giving like free tickets, seasonal offers, discounts, VIP. Sometimes they're using VIP launch. Sometimes red carpet they are introducing. So different facilities are there. The answer about 1 mark for the valid reason why having a loyalty program context of business. It encourages consumers, it encourages customers to fly again with Emirates, encouraging the repeat purchase, encouraging customer loyalty, repeat purchase, and secondly, loyalty to Emirates airline rather than competing airlines. They're providing a loyalty program, which is providing loyalty to Emirates airline rather than competing airlines such as Etihad Airlines. You can use other airlines word also in an application. That's a good application. Always in case studies, try to use other names of the competitors. Like if it's a shoe company, you can see Adidas. You can use a company like Puma, Nike, New Balance. Like that, you can use the other related industries knowledge. Also very important to know. If it's airline, plenty of airlines, right? So you should think about it when you're writing your answers. You can compare and write the trust. Really important. Part C, a 3 mark question asking explain one benefit for a business of having full-time employees. Then we talk about 3 types of categories of employees: full-time employees, part-time employees, and the casual workers. Full-time workers are normally using like they are working at least 45 hours per week. Part-time workers they are working at least 30 hours minimum, maximum 30 hours per week, and casual workers they are 0-hour contract on call duty. We are calling them for some special events. They're asking benefit of having a full-time employees. This case, no need to apply for the Emirates case study because the command word is explain. Explain question normally in Edexcel, we're talking about the AO1 only. Therefore, you don't need to apply to the Emirates case study. You can just write a generic answer to this kind of questions. Yeah, one of my students answering full-time workers will be entitled to overtime pay and insurance, which will motivate them better. Yeah, benefit of having full-time employees for the yeah, their motivation, their commitment level, you can say actually, without saying their, yeah, we have good motivation. Yes, they are entitled to those privileges. Why not? Yeah, insurance, full time, getting bonus, insurance, increments. Therefore, they are motivated than other workers. They are working committed because that's their full time job. That is not a part time job, and they will be more loyal to the business. That's very correct. Very good answer. So these are the answers that you can say. For the having full-time employees, they will be more loyal, they will be more committed. You can see the answer. Workforce will remain stable. Employees are well prepared to do their job, and they are employed for. And opportunities to may arise with the employees can gain promotion when someone leaves. These are the things like one explanation question. So opportunities may arise because there are chance of promotions also. Employee commitment is very high, and employees experience when they can provide one benefit only. So take one benefit. You can say there's a chance of promotion of being a full-time employee because their organization is providing the opportunities for always career development for full-time employees. Therefore, they will be motivated to work and they will provide a very good service for the organization. Take one point and then explain and just elaborate that point. Okay, next question D. Explain one reason for the business being using a seasonal staff. This question also no AO2 application either. So seasonal staff sometimes very flexible staff. We have high, like a demand. Sometimes sometimes you can some events, some pop-up events, or sometimes major events, or sometimes busy time period. You can hire seasonal staff to manage the demand at that time. Yeah, one of my students answering. Can get extra staff to meet an increase in demand depending on the season. Yeah, that's a correct answer. You can to meet up the demand, extra demand, you can cope up with that. So that's a correct answer. So let's look at the marking scheme. Let's see what are the answers they are sharing. Question number 2, part D. Seasonal staff are employed when there is increased demand. This could be during the holiday periods, right? Like Christmas, when the full-time employees cannot meet the demand. So seasonal staff is important to use when there's a huge demand, sometimes holiday periods, because the full-time staff they're also taking holidays. Then there's a demand increasing. To cope up the demand, we have to hire seasonal employees. Right. So one point, we have to explain that. That's our answer for question number 2D. Okay, we are going to another 3-marker question. Explain one reason why employees should undertake health and safety training as a part of their induction program. This is a very good question. Explain one reason why employees should undertake the health and safety training as a part of the induction training program. Induction training is a program that's set up to familiarize the worker to the environment. To the new recruits, they are giving that thing, which include so many areas. They have to introduction to colleagues and staff, introduction to the company culture, the dress code, everything. And health and safety training also part of their induction training. What is the purpose of? They're asking one, why induction training is a part of the induction program, like safety, health and safety induction, because in a case of fire, what to do? And yeah, one of the students actually answering to avoid the workplace accidents that can be very costly to repair or conduct lawsuits. Very good. That's the thing. As a result of providing health and safety training, they can actually reduce the number of accidents and injuries happening in the organization, and they can reduce the amount of the legal proceedings and the lawsuits they can reduce. That's a correct, very good answer. That's correct. 3 out of 3. I can give that answer. Let's go to the marking scheme. We'll see what they say about this question. By giving health and safety training in the induction training, employees undertakes this training because it could be in a law, that factory, in that country. By undertaking the training, employees are aware about the hazards within their job, so they know how to protect themselves when using equipment. So therefore, this will lead to reduce the injuries. Sometimes it can be part and parcel of their country's legal system to give them some training regarding the induction courses. The important thing to underline the health and safety. Therefore, employees can be aware about the hazards that can happen, the perils and hazards they can have within the job. Accident they can reduce as a result of that. Injuries they can reduce. They know how to perform, how to protect themselves when using the equipments. Right. So always write one benefit. Some people they try listing 3 benefits and with no explanation, maximum 1 mark only. So don't do that mistake. I'm again repeating. Right? Okay. So today as the last question, let's go to the last question of the question number 2. That's 9-marker question. The 9 mark. There are 2 9-markers are there in this paper. 1 9-marker in the second question, second 9-marker in the third question, and there's a 1 12-mark also in the last question. This question is based on the questionnaire and focus group, was marketing, primary research method. Out of 2 primary research methods, they are asking select one option, which is what kind of method Emirates should use. And they give a small description of the introduction of the case study. Emirates want to improve its popularity among the passengers and become a leading airline again. It needs to carry out market research, and it is considering 2 options. Option 1 is questionnaire, option 2 is focus group. So both of them are primary market research method. Justify which one of these options Emirates should use. And write with the Emirates case study You keep that in the head. Yeah, this is airline business. So then write two advantage of this thing for the airline, and however one disadvantage of using this method for the airline, and then you kind of a balanced conclusion judgment in your answer at the end. So airline business, therefore, I think best thing is to give in a questionnaire. In my point of view, both options are okay, but questionnaire you can easily actually you can actually you can give after that you have finished it. Even during the inside the flight you can use this like online questionnaire to fill. Are you satisfied with the service? Are you satisfied with the food? Are you satisfied with the customer care? Are you satisfied with the? You can get that questionnaire a quick comparison also everything very possible. We can easily fill them that forums and everything without giving them in writing. Sometimes electronic methods available in the inbuilt. You can see every airline right now there are like a small like a digital gadgets are there, so you can ask them questionnaires or something. You can give them in the airport in your waiting area, so you can use them. So questionnaires. Focus groups means you have to call them for particular interviews. All the I don't think the people who are using airlines are really the people busy people. Sometimes they're using airlines to go for a business meeting or sometimes for a family holiday. So these people, I don't think they again go to the Emirates for the sharing the ideas. But focus group also one of the like a method they are using to gather information. The market research method, which is expensive. You have to pay money also. Questionnaire is not like that. It's a cheaper method, and is sometimes time consuming. Questionnaire sometimes descriptive details like a range of questions you can ask from the passengers. However, questionnaires you can see the disadvantage of side. You can see questionnaires sometimes people will not give the correct or sometimes you are giving incorrect feedback. Sometimes the questionnaire sometimes will be passengers will feel this kind of a annoying thing to fill. Some people may not like to fill the forms and forums and everything. So questionnaires or focus group. Justify which one of these two options Emirates should use. So one is questionnaire, two is focus group. Let's go to the marking scheme and see what kind of answer they are making here. You see 9-mark question, 3 mark for application, 3 mark for analysis, 3 mark for evaluation. Airline AO2, you can see questionnaires are easy to passengers to complete. As I told you, it's very easy for the passengers to fill. And option 1, analysis point, therefore questionnaires can be completed in much detail as a passenger wants. However, questionnaires are not often filled incorrectly and do not give any information about the flights needed by Emirates. So those are things they are giving some sample answers here. So sample like one advantage, one disadvantage, and one like a disadvantage. Like, but normally I believe 2-1 method is the best method. 2 advantages of questionnaire with the Emirates application. 1 disadvantage of the questionnaire with the Emirates application. Judgment at the AJKO model, Anthony Joshua knockout option. You can say answer the question. Yes, this case Emirates should just go ahead with the questionnaire. Because of these things, this convenient and more information can be gathered. However, there is a specific inherited limitations there. Some people not like to fill the questionnaires. Therefore, you can give some solution. Therefore, you can give a more attractive way. You can use some kind of like a touchpad systems, digital devices. You can say online questionnaire method you can apply on the passengers to get the information at the end. Answer the question. Overall, questionnaire will be very good for the organization. Right. Look at the option 2, focus group giving passengers to face-to-face option, and passengers will use the flights to develop investigative further needed. However, focus group can only be certain for number of passengers and therefore might not give the true cross section of all class of passengers. As I told you, because it's a costly method. Talk about the airline. People will not like to go again back to the airline company and give the focus group meeting or the development of the marketing team. So if you have to pay money also. So think about the airline industry, then you can develop automatically. If your knowledge channel, definitely more information will be flooded to your point. So more points you can write. Therefore, this when you're writing a 9-mark question, so definitely 9 mark, 12 mark, 6 mark. Always keep the airline. Then what is the case study in your head always? 9 mark usually they are giving like normally like this time they have given about like considerable amount like one page to write. So you utilize the space. Space is more than enough. Sometimes if you need further more space, you can even write under here also. You can write the answers within the box. You can write, but don't write below here, below this point. You can use that extra space if you need further space. If you need, you can use that space as well. Okay, so that's the end of the question number 1 and 2. So today we discuss about the 2020 June paper, right? One of the recent paper in Edexcel, IGCSE business. Talk about the question number 1 and question number 2 only. In my next session, to see you how to do the 3-mark, the third question and the fourth question. Then we are going to discuss in my next session how to do another 9-mark and 12-mark as well for the immediate question. Okay, from that we wind up our today's session. See you next time. Bye bye everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.